turn that butt warmer off because a butt warmer always sounds good. You get in a cold car, commute everyone. You get in a cold car and you're like, ooh, shoo, you got the shakes, the steering wheel's freezing. You're like, I can press this button and it'll warm all of me. But it does not warm all of you. It just makes it feel like you've shit yourself or pissed yourself. It makes you feel like you've soiled yourself. Because there's not many times where only you're cold, but your butt area pants are really hot. The only other times where you're experiencing that feeling is when you soil yourself. I think that's my theory of why I don't like butt warmer. Because I don't want to feel like I pissed myself. I don't think anyone wants to feel like that. I mean, there are probably some people that do, but you're not in a car. A month ago, ooh, big moon. That's what I always thought was weird because isn't like the longest day December 21st? But that's the first day of winter. You would think that like the longest day, or not the longest day, the shortest day, the most darkness, the least daylight is the 21st of December, I think. But you would think that would be like the middle of winter that would be happening. I don't really know exactly what I'm talking about anyway. I just want to rock DJ. I just want to rock DJ, because you're making me feel so great, nice, hot. I just want to rock DJ. DJ! He's a monkey, I guess, in the movie. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Everyone online was like, nobody here knows who that is. No one knows who that guy is. No one knows who Robbie Williams is? Really? I feel like, I don't know. He's got a lot of, I thought he had a lot of big songs. Is Robbie Williams part of the zeitgeist right now? No, I don't think so. Maybe he will be after A Better Man. Was he? Was 2024 the year of Robbie Williams? No, I don't think it was. But does no one know who Robbie Williams is? I don't think so. I think this is just Gen Z Twitter going. No one even like knows. That is such a like teenager move. No one even knows who that is. I think it should be very clear who the people are. Like, it's hard to tell who's saying what on the internet. If someone is going, no one even knows who you are, or no one even knows who that is. All of those. Does every car have the LED OLED headlights now? Because that's ridiculous. All of those cars over there have them. Blinding me with science. Going to a mic tonight. Guest hosting it. The first half, I think. Was I asked an hour ago as an emergency? Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Did I want to host? No, I did not. But hey, you know, sometimes you got to call in the best. You're like, I'm in a pinch here. I need to let's bring out Aaron Judge. We need a home run. Why? I don't know why I'm making baseball. I don't know anything about baseball. I just want to rock. Is that what? Is that the Lil Uzi Vert song? I just want to rock. Maybe he was inspired by Robbie Williams. Wouldn't that be a slap in the face to Gen Z if Lil Uzi Vert came out and was like, dude, I love Robbie Williams. Where do you think I Just Want to Rock came from? Then the next day they'd be like, yeah, of course I know who Robbie Williams is. Everyone loves Robbie Williams. Dadoy. Dang, the moon is bright, dude. Bad night to be a werewolf. I tell you that much. And I will tell you that much. Would not want to be a werewolf tonight. Is it only How often is a full moon? Roughly once a month? And you're only werewolf when it's a full moon, right? So, like, once a month is kind of manageable. I know that one night is like really bad. You know, they turn into a wolf being who wants to eat people. But, you know, women do that too. Once a month is manageable. I mean, who am I to say what a werewolf can and can't manage? I'm one of the lucky few. Actually, I'm one of the lucky everyone. Most. Very rare werewolves. I've never met one, but they are out there. I mean, it's very bright. It's a full bright moon. This must be one of the special ones. I feel like there's a special moon every other week. They're like, this is a Cabbage Patch Kids moon. You're like, okay, you know what I'm talking about? There's a Sour Patch Kids moon out tonight. Then you look up and it's like, okay, that looks like the moon. Yeah, I guess. You seen the Chicken Alfredo moon out tonight? Blood Forest Rabbit Chicken moon. It's extra big. I made myself a croque monsieur last night. It's pretty good. It was really good actually. I made it. You know, I did all the things. Making sauce, broiling, and then I ate it, and I was like, You ever eat? You ever like make food for yourself that's so good and like took a lot of effort that you're like, I think I might have to put out tonight. You know? You're like, the guy who made this is getting lucky tonight. I'm putting my good underwear on. Bust out the lotion. Someone's getting a treat. Made me a sexy ass croque monsieur. Who did this? We're watching porn on the TV tonight. Sound up. I was looking up recipes and I watched a video of a French guy making a croque monsieur, and like, I think he was a chef, but it was just kind of like a guy in a room. It wasn't even like a kitchen really. And like he was saying things like they were historical facts, but I don't know if they were true the way he was saying them. Like he was like, croque monsieur is named after, it was created by a man in Paris who had an idea to put meat between bread. I was like, I don't think that's. But I couldn't tell if he was joking with me or not because he was so French. It was like, I think you just described a sandwich, which I don't know if the croque monsieur was the first sandwich. It might have been. I don't know. And then he showed how to make a croque. Oh no, he was like, the reason he called it croque monsieur was because he was selling it on in the streets, and he was telling people that the meat in the croque monsieur was human meat. Hence, why it's called croque monsieur, because the meat was supposedly human meat. I was like, well, that's definitely not. That has to be like a. That's obviously not true. But is that like a fair folk like origin, or is he just making shit up? I couldn't tell which one is which. Then he brought the egg out and he was like, croque madame as fried egg on top. It's called madame because egg is symbol of women. I'll link it down below. It's pretty. If you want to make croque monsieur, just follow that guy's recipe. This traffic is very bad. And I'm right behind like a truck. I hate being in traffic behind a truck because like a normal car, you can see around and over them to know if you're like actually starting to move again or if they're just moving a little bit. A truck, you have no idea. You have no idea. You have no idea if the truck is moving or not. So it's very hard to decide. It also takes a lot more focus to drive in traffic, start stop traffic, which is annoying. Normal driving, you're just like, eh. This you gotta like pay attention. It, I just hate traffic. I hate traffic. It also makes comic commute much more difficult because I'm having to focus on driving and not comedic brilliance. No, 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 no. Why are we stopped completely here? I'd rather be a werewolf right now than deal with this. Actually, that's not true. Fingers would. I do not want to be a werewolf. I do not want to be a werewolf. Fingers would. That sounds like I'm saying that someone named Fingers would. Fingers would. I would not like to be a werewolf. Fingers would. Oh my. You know that feeling when you're exiting to merge a larger road and you're curving around and then you get to take a peek at the monstrosity of traffic that you're going to have to try to merge into? Yep, Yerdola. All right. Bravo, Bravo 6, going duck. Time to focus. Thank you. That's all right. Oi, what are you doing? I didn't know you could do that. They did that so easy. They just, no blinker, flew into my lane. Forced me to stomp on the brakes. I didn't know that was an option. I thought you had to, like, be a good person. You disgrace the name of Honda Accord. You hear me? You don't deserve to be driving such a wonderful vehicle. Shame. Shame. Actually, I should probably not do that because I have this light on and they could easily see me. And road rage, that's no joke, man. People get pissed. I can't help but feel like I would laugh if I was in one of those. You know, the ones where like someone gets cut off, someone kind of, and it's like the dashboard is recording and they're crazy and is like are like swerving and then chase them around for a mile and then get out and are like, what? And it's like I feel like I'd be laughing like, dude, what are you doing? It's not that deep. I don't really like the host set. I don't think anyone does. It's like the worst spot to be in because everyone's. I mean, a lot of people, especially at like an open mic, most of the people aren't there. There's a lot of people not there yet. Some people don't know what's going on. They've never been to like anything stand up, so they're like, "What?" They're like ordering things still. They haven't had any drinks. However, it does. There's less pressure. There's not really any pressure at an open mic, but like there is less in your own head because you're like, no one expects this to go well. Like if this goes bad, you can be like, yeah, who's that? All right, I gotta get over. This is not. This is not working for me. This lane, this far right lane, it's really not working for me. I gotta be where the movers and shakers are, aka the far left lane. Anyone who's anyone wants to be in the far left. Dude, what are these guys? These are all like secret cop cars. They're all like blacked out, separated with lights driving by. They're kind of awesome. They look like future police, like sci-fi police. Blade Runner? It doesn't really look like Blade Runner. He murdered his girlfriend. Blade Runner. Oscar Pistorius. That would have been wild if he went into the hearing. He was like, dude, she was like a supplicant. A replicant? What are they called in the Blade Runner? Dude, she was a replicant. She would. Oscar Pistorius blades into the courthouse. That motherfucker was not real. Dude, she was not real. She was a robot. Actually, let's not make light of that tragedy. I'm sure he was very broken up about it. more broken up than he already was. He's already broken up into like 3 pieces. I'm sure he was broken up into many, many more pieces after he shot his girlfriend. Zoop. We're making moves. Making big moves. Big moves. Making a lot of big moves. A lot of guys would still be in the right lane not knowing what's going on. Not me. I moved over immediately. Really fast. People were going, wow, this guy's fast. Sorry, I zoned out for a bit there. That was a full zone out. My bad. I was like, I was all my thoughts that I should have been saying out loud. I was all of them. I was doing in my head. Oh, that's kind of funny. I understand the Silk Road now. The trade route that like spanned across all of the Middle East into Asia that connected like Europe and Asia. I encountered a woman in a very flattering silk dress. And as I was talking to her, I was like, now I get it. Because in like in 8th grade, when they're like, and then the traders would go halfway across the world through desert for months to get silk. The Silk Road. I was like, why? What? What? To make blankets? What? Silk? Why? Why were they doing that? I don't understand. Then I saw a silk dress and I was like, all right, I got you. I get it. I would do that too. I'd see one. I would do it right now. I'd go on a 2 month long journey to the Orient, bring back one silk gown, like, check this number out. I'd probably wear it. I'd come back wearing it. My village would be like, dude, you were gone for 3 months. What have you come back to trade? I got this. I got this little number. Look what I'm wearing it. Like, that's it? How much do you want for it? Oh, this is not. This is not for sale. This is. I like it. It's soft. No, but for real though, I encountered at a resort 2 beautiful ladies, both of them in silk dresses at the bar. I mean that I immediately began malfunctioning. That was too much for. I could not. I didn't know how to. It was a super crowded bar. I had managed to weasel my way, not weasel, wait, make my way to the front of the bar. There's a tiny little gap next to me. I turn around, I see these 2 sweet angels. I'm like, you know what to do, Nick. I'm like, come on. There's space right next to me, both of them. I'm like, yeah. In my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, this is good. And then I'll be like, what do you ladies drink? And I'll order from the all-inclusive bar. I'm not paying for it. But then my plan immediately backfired. They both sidle up next to me, and the bartender immediately, obviously, looks at them, and that's what they want, not me. And so then they look over at me and they go, "Oh, what do you want to drink?" And I'm like, "All right, this is not what I really imagined, but okay." And I was like, it was late. I was getting sleepy, so I wanted an espresso martini. So they were like, "What do you want to drink?" And I was like, "An espresso martini." And then they're like, "Okay, one espresso martini." And then they both got like normal martinis. That's not how it's supposed to work. They both were drinking like classy martinis with a twist, and then I was like, "Can I have into coffee? I'm sleepy." Then we got our drinks, and I was trying to converse with them. I found out they were from Canada. I kept saying the Great White North. I don't know where that came from. I was like, the Great White North. Shut up. What is that? Then the first lull in conversation, I was like, okay, I'll drink my drink, so that it's not a lull. I just am thirsty. So I kind of looked up, drank my drink. Martini glasses are they're not the easiest to drink from. I immediately dribbled espresso martini down my chin and onto my white shirt. Immediate. It was second sip. First sip was the cheers. I survived that one. Second sip, immediate espresso martini, brown drink down my chin onto my shirt. I mean, it was also, it was at a wedding, a family wedding. So my entire family and extended family is at the same bar. Like I can see my cousins and uncles' heads over the Canadian girls' heads. I'm set up for this is disastrous. And there were two of them. I can barely speak to one human, let alone two ladies from the Great White North wearing silk gowns that they've traded for from the Orient. What? How am I supposed to? That was way outside of my. I don't have enough moves for that. I barely have one move. I'm like a Route One Pokemon. That's what I was like, dude. I got one move. Tackle. I can tackle one of them. No, I got tail whip. I'm just whipping my tail. I'm like, is this lowering your defenses, ladies? Meanwhile, they're the two Charizards, Charizard and Mewtwo. Meanwhile, I'm a level one. I'm a Route One Rattata, shaking my tail at them. I'm like, is this working? And they're like, you've espresso martini all over yourself. What are you doing? So they ran away. They were I couldn't escape. I was too low of a level, but they successfully not escaped. They didn't escape. They didn't need to escape. I'm still doing the Pokemon analogy. We just parted ways mutually. This actually is a good play, a good medium for telling stories that I think are kind of funny, things that are kind of funny, but not that don't make it into like my. I don't like saying act. I don't have an act that don't make it into my stand-up stuff. Moon is still up there, dude. This is really why the traffic's making me nervous. Why I'm not liking the traffic is because we're at such a slow speed in these woods that a lycanthrope could jump out at any moment, and he could easily get in my car and shred me. My bad. Looking at the time, we should be fine. Australia. It's the Australian Open right now. Tennis down under. Right, you want to play some tennis? Some tennis down under. Right, we gotta hit a ball down under. All right, no, down under in the bush. Not the best. How come I'm allowed to do that? How come I'm allowed to go? Oh yeah, crikey, and people go, well, it's not very accurate, but if it was, we would like it even more. But if I go, oh, oh, go to play the tennis, all right now, then people get angry. Both of them are just didgeridoo, wallaby, Hugh Jackman. People go, I mean, it's not that funny, but I don't have a problem with it. But I go, oh, didgeridoo, Hugh Jackman, or wallaby. Then people lose their minds. Just something. Just something. That sounds like a stand-up special. Just something to think about. Crackle presents Nick Anthony's Just Something to Think About. Freebie presents the new stand-up special, Just Something to Think About. Fubo's new hottest comedy special, Just Something to Think About. Stoofy's new comedy special, Just Something to Think About. My, the idiot. Wasn't I talking about road rage earlier? I take back everything I said. I wish I could have shot that guy. Shooting that guy would have given me great pleasure. What's worse is he zoomed out right in front of me from stationary, not even to like make an exit. He did it to get around someone who was kind of too slow, and then went through the white lines, the no drive, to go back onto the highway. Went around back on. How am I supposed to get around? And this guy's lights are so bright, I can't see. I cannot see because of this guy's super bright lights to know if I can get around or not. And he's right on my. Oh, That might be the end of this comic commute. That traffic made me hot too. That's a thing, right? The stop and start made me sweat. Not to mention that dingbat. Is this a four-way stop, brother? Ooh, that was a stop. My bad. I didn't just run that four-way stop. I didn't. It wasn't a four-way stop. I did not run it on accident. It was just not a four-way stop. It was just a green light. You know.